I really hate today's movie. A lot. Not because the movie itself sucks, although it does, but because it's a remake of one of the greatest ghost stories of all time, The Haunting. Directed by the world-renowned Robert Wise, this psychological and paranormal horror film played off the fact that you didn't know how much of the ghost story was real ghosts and how much was in the head of our mentally tortured protagonist. You know films like Paranormal Activity, The Others, or even The Blair Witch Project, where the fear comes from what you don't see rather than what you do? This is the film that perfected that. And even if you don't find it scary, it's a brilliant character study and a gothic story. It was a brilliant film back then, and it's a brilliant film right now. So director Jan de Bont, this came up one day and said, what does that Robert Wise know? He hasn't directed anything good. I mean, what does he have under his belt? Just The Day the Earth Stood Still, Sound of Music, West Side Story, Andromeda Strain, Sand Pebbles. What a hack! I directed this, so I can do it so much better. I know it's scary. I made a tornado growl. I'm the master of salty. So, as you can imagine, this was going to be an old versus new of the two Haunting movies. But it's totally pointless. There's no contest. The old wins. But I'd still like to go over the comparisons just so I can stick it to this film. So, I guess this isn't old-ish versus new-ish. I won't waste any time while I right into this pickle. Let's take a look at The Haunting. So the film starts out with a woman named Eleanor, played by Lily Taylor. To be fair, not a bad replacement for Julie Harris. She's being thrown out from her mother's apartment right after her mother passed away. As you can imagine, she's not too thrilled.
Do you understand that I have nowhere to go? Lou and I are very busy, and we could use someone to help us with the cleaning and the cooking, looking after Richie.
Eleanor, help me! I gotta pee.
Nice read there, kid. You can open hand with that.
To pee or not to pee?
So, seeing how she has no place to go, she comes across a one ad for a sleep study meeting insomniacs. The experiment is run by Dr. Moreau. In the original, he was played by Richard Johnson. Here, he's played by Liam Neeson. Oh god, the sound of his monotone voice will put any insomniac to sleep.
As chairman of this department, I cannot... I know you're trying to look. I still like to ask these questions, but think about it. What is fear anyway? It's a series of automatic responses to a given stimulus. The only problem with fear is that it's largely become inappropriate. Do study plans help to talk to your boss? And yet we carry with us these primordial fear responses that do the opposite of what they were intended to do. Why is that? David, no one is saying that these are provocative questions.
What were the provocative questions?
You're bringing your insomniacs to this house under false pretense. Because the experiment needs a credible cover story. Calling it an insomnia study allows me to create a highly suggestive environment to investigate the dynamics of fear. You don't tell the rats they're actually in a maze, Malcolm. Come on.
Oh, I guess that's it for winning him over. He must have really been sucked in by that stunning come on argument. I hear Professor Franz got a lot of research done with his classic A debate. So everybody's off to the haunted house to partake in the sleep experiment. And this brings me to my first downgrade in the comparison. In this film, the doctor is tricking the subjects to come to the haunted house for some not really explained very well experiment. In the original, he just tells them the truth. They're there to study ghosts. That's much more interesting. Why fool them into thinking there's something else? It's just a time waster. Are we supposed to be surprised like they are that the place is haunted? Everyone in the audience knows they're going to a haunted house. It's called The Haunting. Did you really think you were gonna fool us? That should be telling me that Peter Rabbit is an turtle.
What do you want?
So she meets Mr. Dudley the caretaker.
I'm Mr. Dudley, the caretaker.
And eventually comes across his wife, Mrs. Dudley, inside.
Oh my, I'm here with the...
Dr. Marrow's group. You're the first.
Boy, those Dudleys really like to introduce themselves in the most threatening way possible. Jumping out at gates, swinging doors open while holding knives. How much you want that their son greets people with a hockey mask and chainsaw?
We live in town. 9 miles, so there won't be anyone around if you need help.
But Mrs. Dudley isn't quite as creepy or awkward as the original. They do manage to handle her scenes okay. But then we get the entrance of our next guest, a woman named Theo, played by...
You love it here? Oh, this is so twisted. Sort of Charles Foster Kane meets the monster or something.
Oh yeah, I guess I should compare and contrast. The original woman who played Theo did really good. She was fine. Oh, that body. Oh, Zita. Oh, legs. Oh, George.
That sounds really nice.
I don't care what the last movie you did start that from Geely. One day you'll be mine. Seriously, they're piling on the sexy big time with this character. I ain't going all out. Is there anything else they could do to possibly make her more attractive? Oh, we also have Owen Wilson as Luke, playing the original by Russ Tamblyn. This is right at the point when the world couldn't tell if they found him funny or annoying yet.
Wow, you're so dominant.
Thanks. Theo.
Hey, Theo.
Awkwardly undressing you with my imagination. Done. So Liam Neeson and two extras finally enter the house to get the experiment rolling.
The rest of you may hate your insomnia, but I'm not sure I want to cure it for mine. My mind's racing with creative ideas, and come 3 a.m.
Oh, I will. I deserve that.
I feel like a genius.
But Neeson tells them that this creepy demonic looking house of death might actually have a scary backstory to it.
His name is Hugh Crane. Crane made a fortune on the backs of workers in his textile mills. Now this man could have anything he wanted, but what he wanted more than anything was a house filled with the laughter of children.
Yeah, because I'm sure a guy who looks like this was a real big softie with children. Come on, kids, we're going to Ebenezer Ahab's house!
Yay!
But that's where the fairy tale ends. Hugh and Renee would have no children. They all died at birth. And a few years later, Renee, she passed away, and Crane became a total recluse. But he kept on building, adding room upon room. It's as if he was building a home for the family he would never have. The townspeople said that sometimes at night they'd hear sounds coming from the old house. Sounds of children.
Well, good night. Let me know how the insomnia goes.
All right, I need a drink.
I think there's more to that story.
Do tell, assistant, who only had 2 lines before the scene.
I can feel it. It's all around us.
It's in the ceiling. It's in the walls. It's in this.
Ha! That'll teach you to try to have a part in this movie. And just for that, you and the other guy who never said anything are being banished forever. Never to return to the script again. Seriously, though, a moment of silence for those totally pointless characters. Anyway, everyone tries to go to sleep, thus beginning the experiment. Eleanor, Jones, Wilson, the doctor. Wait a minute, why is he going to sleep? He's supposed to be conducting the experiment, isn't he? Whether it's the insomnia study or the fear study, isn't he supposed to be around to witness it, document it? You know, doctor stuff!
I like the way you comb your hair like that. I'd be tossing and turning.
But many of them can't sleep and find themselves roaming H.R. Geiger's Wonderland.
Oh, God! You scared me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you gotta be careful.
Are you all right? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you just don't jump out.
Are you all right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, calm down, guy. You just bumped into someone. You didn't perform an exorcism.
No, I couldn't sleep. I was just insomnia. Yeah, you gotta be careful because
I wasn't. I was just...
No, I'm sorry. Oh.
Good God, get over it, man. Did you run a marathon before you came to the set?
Now! What is it? Where's it coming from?
So Eleanor and Jones are woken up by a loud pounding in the night. And though it's not as good as the scene from the original, it does manage to follow the formula okay, I guess.
Oh, really? Hold on. Zool, okay, I'm going back to bed. Just leave the chicken on my door.
Luke! Oh, God. What did you hear?
Theo, all I heard was you screaming, Luke, help me, please.
I wasn't screaming for you.
I don't see anything, I don't hear anything. Wow, I swear I got screwed on the old bedroom selection. Every room's like 4 times as big as mine.
Well, that was my button at the end of a scene to lighten up the tension. What'd you think? Not very good, was it? I'm Owen Wilson.
Is that it? Is that what you heard?
Well, I could just take a bath. I mean, could have been.
Now, that's not a bad idea, indicating that the sound they heard maybe wasn't supernatural, but could be explained by everyday occurrences. That's actually pretty clever.
Let's blame it on the old plumbing then, huh? What else could it be?
All except for one tiny problem. So why would we believe there's nothing supernatural there when you clearly showed us there was something supernatural there? But hey, don't worry, even if that was the case, the very next scene shows clear as day that ghosts are real. So yeah, that previous scene was completely useless. Seriously though, a moment of silence for that completely pointless scene. Boy, the cotton textures on those sheets are looking a little fake CGI-ish, aren't they?
Well, that's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
And, for whatever reason, Eleanor has decided to not be scared by this. The knocking on the door, that was scary, but a child's face with no eyes appearing on your pillow? Well, that's just enchanting. I'm sure you guys would have the exact same reaction.
Aw, that was adorable.
These carvings are really creepy.
Thank you, Owen Wilson. I'm so glad somebody's here to tell us what's supposed to be scary in this movie. Lord knows I never would figure it out by just watching it.
See how my old pal Theo's doing?
Doing or wearing?
Yeah, no kidding. Did you see what she had on yesterday? Wow. Yeah, I definitely got a soft spot for Theo.
But it won't stay soft for long. I deserve it too. But things get even more creepy, and I mean that as a figure of speech, when they see writing on the wall that says, "Welcome home, Eleanor."
Is this one of your sick jokes, Luke?
What? You really think I wrote that?
You found it? You could have. I want to know right now. Who wrote this? Did you write this, Theo? No, of course not. Maybe it was you. Maybe you like being the center of attention.
She be this? How do you see what you're wearing, Lady Gaga?
Whoever wrote this, it's cool.
I didn't do it.
Have you ever noticed that Wilson's only job in this story is stating the painfully obvious?
I didn't do it. These carvings are really creepy. I just think Dr. Marrow's up to something. I definitely got a soft spot for Theo.
The spinach is green. I'm just throwing that out there.
You know, all my life I've been waiting for an adventure. And I thought it would never happen to me. And here I am. Paintings are calling out to me. Strange noises in the night. And all it cost was 5 gallons of gas.
Boy, she sure calmed down from that whole who the painted my name on the wall thing, didn't she? In fact, that's another downgrade. In the original story, her falling in love with the house is, well, creepy, as it should be. It's just another journey into her psychotic mind, surrendering to the madness and giving into her own demented psyche. Here, it's a comforting scene. Oh, she's so happy and charmed, and it's just beautiful.
Adventures are for soldiers. Or for the women the bullfighters fall in love with.
I'm sure glad they took out all the scariness from that subplot. Oh, but don't worry, when the actual creepy scenes pop up, Owen Wilson will be there to let us know.
Really creepy.
Okay. I'm listening.
So since Eleanor has decided to whimsically give in to what the house has to say, she finds that not all the ghosts are evil. Some of them are actually playful, delightful even. No, you will not give me away your tons of fun! She has no idea what the ghosts are telling her. However, she does hear some more voices leading her to under the fireplace. Oh god, they found Jeff Dunham's lost dead terrorist puppet.
Silence! I kill you! That's where you are. Okay, I'll let you out.
And these are the scares we have to look forward to from now on, folks. CGI about as scary as the Wallmaster hands from The Legend of Zelda. Did that scare you at all? Well, get ready, there's a load more of it.
Really creepy.
He killed them. The children from the mills. He wanted to fill the house with the sounds of children. He took them from his mills and he brought them here, but he wouldn't let them go.
But Neeson realizes that his experiment has gone too far. He swallows his pride and confesses that the whole thing was just a hoax.
Let me explain what's happening. You're participating in a study on group fear and hysteria. But it's over, I'm pulling the plug. None of this is real.
Oh, but it's real.
No.
Yeah, who would have thought that people would actually be scared in an experiment about fear taking place in a haunted house? What was he even studying? The fact that if you tell people frightened stories, they get frightened? You need an extreme setup like this to tell you that? And how is he studying them? He never saw any equipment or scientific technology. And obviously he can't ask them how scared they were, or else that would give everything away. This has got to be the worst friggin' scientist ever!
Your theories are the worst kind of popular tripe, your methods are sloppy, and your conclusions are highly questionable. You are a poor scientist.
So just as they put Eleanor to bed to try and calm her down, the flame spaghetti monster comes in to try and cause more trouble. Well, it's official. The house has turned into a cartoon. I'm gonna kill you, Eleanor!
Oh, who's holding my hand?
What's that? You're wondering what that line has to do with anything?
Oh, who's holding my hand?
Well, again, let's go back to the original. You see, they built up this big scary scene that Theo was next to Eleanor comforting her, supposedly holding her hand. When in reality, they discovered that once they turned on the light, nobody was holding her hand at all.
Whose hand was I holding?
Now, naturally, this scene lasted roughly 4 to 5 minutes, building up the suspense and tension. In this film, it's one friggin' line.
Oh, who's holding my hand?
What do you mean, who was holding your hand? When did you ever indicate someone was holding your hand? Did someone grab it when she was shoved out of bed? Is that it? Well, that's really poorly handled, you just because you steal a scary line from a movie doesn't make it automatically scary! It's called atmosphere, and I'm giving a God! I will write a book about how this remake is! Actually, I did! It's called How This Remake Is! It's a pretty easy read. All it contains is the words, movie sucks, movie sucks, movie sucks!
No! I will not let you hurt a child!
So as she tries to run through the possessed cheesecake factory, she suddenly comes across the good ghosts. And is it me, or are they just looking sillier?
Tiny! What are you trying to tell me? What do you want me to do?
So she runs up a staircase where Liam Neeson tries to chase her down and talk some sense into her.
Got the table! Not gonna hold your weight there! Let's break it apart!
Thank you, Captain Obvious! Again, it's like his only role! This guy would have a great job as the laughing sign for a studio audience.
FYI, I missed you. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just be happy a celebrity is talking to you.
Laugh now, that was the funny part, We're having a great time, I know what it is.
Come on, I want you to come down with me. I'm over and step on the platform. Can you do that?
I don't know which W sound face to make.
Come on, we have to go. I won't leave you. I won't leave you.
So just as they save her and take her away, Neeson encounters his own encounter.
Jesus, I need to get that out of here.
No, you don't. You're gonna pay for Clash of the Titans. So you're not doing a sequel.
Well, at least Eleanor is safe in her room. Just as things are getting crazier and crazier, Eleanor has a revelation that suddenly has everything make sense.
You see, this is the room where Carolyn had her baby before she ran away. And the children, they wanted me to see this so I would know this was my home.
Oh my God.
Yes. See, Carolyn was my great-great-grandmother.
What?
And the children are my family. This is where I belong.
Okay, maybe I missed something, but this was made for adults, right? English-speaking adults?
Now the children are dead.
No, not for him. He's still hunting them. But if I'm here, he can't harm them.
Why? What the are you talking about? You're 4 foot nothing. You have the strength of a line of people. What's only turned you into senior Ghostbuster? And the film has been very, very bad with horrible characters, ridiculous storyline, but we have yet to experience the ultimate jumping the shark moment. I don't think it's gonna happen here today. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, this could be it. The longest dragon Owen goes into the fireplace. He's standing there clumsily. Would this be the jumping the shark moment we've been waiting for? Yes, yes. Well, they did it. They jumped the shark, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Not only have they the intelligence of the people who love the original film, but they also the intelligence of the audience in general. Oh my God, I have seen some shark jumping in my day, but that was total. And as you'd imagine, it only gets sillier and sillier. Don't believe me? Just watch it with this music.
Who the dust creaking the tombstones quake? Happy hearts materialize. And begin to mobilize when we know stop the social.
So Eleanor decides it's finally time to square off against Wolverine's flatulence by giving probably one of the dumbest speeches ever uttered in any horror movie. That's meant to be taken seriously.
It's about family. It's always been about family. It's about Carolyn and the children from the mill so you can hear their voices. Family. Well, I'm family, Grandpa, and I've come home. You go to
You know, out of morbid curiosity, let's just see how the other film is ending. Oh wow, we're diving much more into Eleanor's psychosis. Her insecurities of belonging are finally getting the best of her, and it just may end up claiming her life. All while the darkness of both the house and her mind consume what little is left, leaving only the emptiness to live with. What? Laura wrote this! Oh, clearly these idiots have no idea how to write an adult scary story. Well, excuse me, I'm gonna write the one for grown-ups, okay? Let me see here. Oh, I know, how about Crane was the mastermind the whole time? And he turns into this giant evil monster, and he makes all the scary faces, and then all the little Casper goes like, he's gonna kill us even though we're already dead! Oh God, there's so many complex issues here. Alright, and then we're gonna see Eleanor literally defeat him with the power of love. Oh, it's so inspired, it's so ingenious. Hey, I don't care if it was laughed off at the Disney afternoon. I'm the adult, I read adult thing. That's stupid psychologically. Oh, yes, I'm the adult, I read the adult thing. You're dumb, this is the real stuff, this is the real scary stuff. Brandon Weiss is stupid, he doesn't know what he's doing. I don't care if he makes something likable, he's all he's dumb. He's a dumb go ahead. He's a poo, and adding even more poo. Let me Robert Weiss, he's dumb. He's so dumb, you have no idea at all. Love me, don't love that. This is stupid, love me. I'm the genius, I'm the groundbreaking genius. Oh my God, I lost my mind there for a second. I was literally about to go out and impale you on the butt on a tetherball pole. Alright, back to the movie. So the see-through wolfman is destroyed by, like I said before, the power of love, and for whatever reason, that claims Eleanor's life.
We're free! Our horribly rendered souls are free!
And of course, only Neeson and Jones are left to look over the horribleness. That counts as first base. Hold on. What the You saved the people who are already dead and yet you left me like a chicken with its head cut off? Oh, this I'm going to do Ben Stiller movies. They're intentionally funny. And that's the remake of The Haunting. I don't particularly care for it. It's one of the worst remakes of all time, if not the worst. I mean, when you get down to it, what's The Haunting about?
It's about family.
No, it's not! No, it's not. It's about being scared. And I hate to break it to you folks, but redemption isn't scary. The original is scary. There's no cartoon ghosts, dumb subplot, or Disney-style good versus evil scenarios. It's just a ghost story, and a brilliant one at that. But let's remove that for a second and just look at this film on its own. It's still the effects are laughable, the story is childish, and even its means of building suspense are totally backwards and nonsensical. It only gets worse every time I see it. It hurts me inside. I hope it burns like that black bloated Beethoven bucket at the end.
It's about family.
Oh, shut up, you idiot. I'm a nostalgia critic, not even Catherine Zeta-Jones could save this movie. Think about that.
Really creepy.